monster in town, I'll smash it. Got fortified walls, I'll smash it. You know when I roll, I'm savage. Escape where you can, cause I'll smash it.
I'm banner, I try to stay calm. Don't make me distressed or alarmed. I'm angry, you better be armed. I'll cause you significant harm. Was normal just like it before. But trust me, I'm not.
Go ahead.
What's up, folks? Kevin here, the Tattooed Toy Hunter, along with my co-hosts and friends, Harry, Sam, and PR Vlogs, and David Blucher's Videos and Collectibles. And this is going to be episode 8 of the Savage Podcast. How's everybody doing today, guys? How has your week been?
Harry, you go first.
Okay, sure. Tiring, nothing new about that. And but I'm kind of celebrating the Samantha and I have been here in Ashland over a year now. So
It's been a year?
yesterday,
Wow.
yeah, it's been a year.
I feel like a year.
Yeah, a year has evaporated. And another thing we're celebrating is tomorrow makes 10 years since Sam and I met each other. So on the day, on October 27th, 10 years ago was the day I first met her. So in celebration of that, she kind of let me buy something that I really wanted. This was a pickup I was been after all year. And the individual card one just seems like a pipe dream now. And how ironic, it's the one that comes with a pipe. But the SD one is, scalpers and resellers have just made that thing unattainable for me. I cannot give $80, $100 for a single figure. I just can't do it. But to get this at the price I did, and I did film a hunt. I went to the Inner Geek. I haven't done content at that shop in a while. So look forward to that. I will have new content on my channel. So I just got to put it together. But episode 8, we needed to film episode 8 first. Sorry for the dog.
That's awesome, man. That
Dave.
book is epic.
Yeah,
Thank you, bud.
Congratulations on the anniversary and celebrating 1 year in your new town, and congratulations on a brand new pickup. And well, so far my week's been okay. Been in a lot of pain recently. The beginning of the week, I woke up with a sore body, like it felt like I'd been in a car crash, but actually, essentially, it was the bed that I was really sleeping on because it's kind of a little too soft and has a little dip in it, and and that's what caused all that. And went away within a day. But my lower back pain, or upper lower back, was still having a little pressure on it, and basically, what it is I have a pinched, well, I wouldn't say pinched nerve, but it's hitting on a nervous system to where it will affect my left side of my leg, goes numb, and I don't have a herniated disc, so that's a good thing. But I do eventually need to go see a specialist and then go get X-rays to get to the bottom of it and see what is actually causing that. Because if I don't do that, I just have to just pill up and just move about my day and stuff. But it does cost quite a bit of money to get those X-rays. I know the 3 that I need to take, just for the co-payment is like $3,000.
Wow.
So that's why I haven't done it.
That's after insurance.
Yep. So.
Jeez, man.
Yeah. Insurance isn't too kind these days, no matter who you are. You can have good insurance, but it just all depends on if you're a single individual or if you're having to support a whole family. That's where the difference lies in between that. But other than that, I just started treatment, my medication for that. I'm going to be on some steroids for the next 6 days. And so I just started that, and so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it will help me get relief for a while and go from there. So, but really boils down to it is I don't need to be prolonging it any more than I have to, or need to, should I say, because at my age, still relatively young to be having these kind of issues. And so if I don't correct it now, then it'll probably affect me long term as I get older, you know. But aside from that, the good news is I did have one pickup this week, and so
Major
as
boy.
you pretty much already know, that I have been after this thing for a while. So my wife, is a good wife that she is, she allowed me to pick this up when we really didn't need to at the moment. But she just felt that, you know, since she knew this was an item that I wanted forever, and I've talked about it a lot. And normally, when I want something, if I talk about it on a continuous basis, that means I really want it, and that's something I'm going to get. And so she was kind enough, and what a sweetheart she was to let me pick up this elusive Brachiosaurus. So I was really happy about that. And Kevin and I will be doing a joint review here pretty soon. So be on the lookout for that video. I'm excited to crack that puppy open and do size comparisons and everything. And then I will do a separate video for my channel, and we'll go from there with that. So very excited to have this this particular figure. You know, it's very essential to my collection, and it's not complete without a Brachiosaurus. Anybody that collects Jurassic Park, whether it's Kenner, Mattel, Hasbro, you gotta have a Brachiosaurus in the collection. You know,
Or you're not a real
just, you're not a real fan. You know, I'm just kidding.
It kind of trumps the T-Rex, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is,
Life, it
because
does.
it's because it's the first dinosaur that you see in the original movie, and that's will always be an iconic scene, no matter who you are, how old you are. You know, that's going to be the first thing you're going to remember. You know, anything after that is hearsay, because then you're going to get into that debate to where, oh well, yada 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 is more important. Well, you know, for us, you know, the Brachiosaurus was the most important scene to us, because that was the first dinosaur that we saw, and we've been waiting 26 years to get an official, legit figure. Not this little tweener right here, the Hasbro gave us when JP3 came out, but an actual in scale figure that can go with everything else that you got. But other than that, that's all about it. You know, I got, you know, it was a little short week for work. Just I was going to take off Thursday, but luckily we didn't have to work Friday, so I was able to use my PTO for Friday instead of Thursday. So I was able to reschedule my appointment for that. So other than that, it was a short work week for me. It went pretty well. You know, kind of fast, but other than that, it was a pretty solid week. All right, Kevin, we'll finish it off with you.
Well, I've had a pretty busy week. I've worked 100 hours and very little time at home, but it went good. It wasn't too bad as far as being busy. It was handleable. Other than that, what did I pick up? I picked some Star Wars stuff up. I got some pretty lucky haul at Ross, which was nice. I picked up a Stormtrooper 6-inch Black Series Stormtrooper. First order.
ATST, the chicken walker.
Yeah, I got the chicken hawk hunting for a chicken.
Such a great price on that. Beautiful unit.
I got Jaleel White. Can I do that?
You had some doctor's news this week too, didn't you?
I did. Well, it turned out
better than you expected.
Yeah, my stomach ailments wasn't as bad as I thought. I do not need surgery, so it's something
That's awesome.
I can do on my own. I was scared about losing hours, so this is a lifesaver.
We have so much debt these days. None of us can afford to not work full time.
Yeah, it's hard to lose hours. And then he goes like this. He goes, pew, pew, pew. Other than that, I got Popeye. I like these old figurines like this.
The old PVC.
I just worked and I picked up a few Star Wars figures and some vintage stuff. That's it. I'm off 2 days now, including.
You're gonna really take your whole weekend. I hope you need it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the entire weekend.
Robbed of your second day.
Right as of right now, they are begging me to come in tonight.
Already.
They will not stop calling, and I just not answering because I already told them I couldn't. I told them I've done 100 hours. I need this day to recuperate before my primary job starts, and the wife wouldn't be happy about it.
Yeah.
So that's all I can do.
Mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
No, there's got to be a line to draw. You know, we all work, and we know we have to, but I mean, at some point, it's just too much on your body. And I'm not 100%, so I don't want to kill myself. Like,
let's talk toys.
Talk toys. So
Toys.
We've heard. I think you and I were discussing earlier. There's word of some new Marvel Legends coming.
Yeah.
Build the figures. Pretty interesting for the collectors.
Yeah, Hasbro is unveiling a lot of product for next year in Europe at some kind of convention. And there's lots of Marvel Legends as usual. I guess the standout piece was, did you call him Demogoblin or something?
I thought that's what he was called. Yeah, Demi-Goblin or Demon Goblin. He had a different name to him.
Yeah.
He looked different.
Hopefully he gets the right treatment, like with a glider, because the one that came out with the Kingpin wave, I mean, how silly was that to do Red Goblin and not give him a glider? I mean,
yeah, that was cheap.
They can't afford to just do that as an accessory. I mean,
yeah, it's nothing to it. It's like stamped out in plastic. There's no articulation to it. It doesn't cost anything. They already have it made. They just throw it in.
Toy Biz would have made sure there was a glider.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to Hasbro and their legends, so I don't know anything. I couldn't.
So what does have the eye of Blockbuster Video? Why don't we talk about that? Let's get the big story out.
Well, first, the news that I got really is from Mattel and their Jurassic Park line. Walmart is now setting out their new Jurassic World stands that consist of the new Spinosaurus, the battle damaged one, and they're now carrying the Indoraptor, the grab and swallow Indoraptor, and then they're carrying the new colossal T-Rex. Well, basically repacked in the Dino Rivals packaging for the Christmas season. So that those are now being carried by certain Walmarts, and pretty soon, hopefully, all the Walmarts. So that's probably going to be the next item I'm going to try to gun for, is that new battle damaged Spinosaurus. So it looks pretty cool. So hopefully, or I just might put it on layaway. You know, who knows? We'll see when we get to that point. And as far as the news that you wanted me to bring out, it's pretty funny, actually. There's a YouTube channel called Talker Art that I follow, and I've been following his channel since day one-ish. You know, he started off making furniture videos about how to make furniture, and he's a big gun collector. He collects a lot of guns, and you know, he's a dirt bike rider and everything.
I didn't know he was a gun guy. Never knew that.
Yep. He has a couple of videos. I think there's like a 2-part series during his beginning days where he made like a rack where it can be hidden and stuff, and you can hide your weapons and stuff like that. So, but anyway, so I've commented on all his videos, every single video that he put out from those days until now. And recently, not this last video, but the video before last, I had mentioned a comment, and I was like, hey, when we're going to get an update on your Jurassic Park collection? And he said that would be the next one. So he made the video, and that's his latest video, is his Jurassic World collection update. And what he does, he likes to get like a whole bunch of figures and then do all one big update. He doesn't do the individual stuff anymore like he used to, where you do one figure per line and then go from there. But anyways, so, you know, and if you watch Talker Art, you know, they always has a little story in the beginning of his videos before he gets to the actual review. And he basically was saying that that when it comes to collecting, you know, you shouldn't make it into a chore. You should make it into a hobby and make it fun, make it fun instead of making it a job. Shouldn't do that. But anyway, so then he went on to mention about how there is a handful of us that we've been watching and commenting his videos since day one, and I was one of them. And he said that he reads all the comments, when people don't think he does, but he does. He literally does. He reads every single comment, and he'll put a like or a heart or whatever. And then he'll leave a comment here and there if he feels necessary to. But anyway, so he gave me a shout out, and he said there's one particular viewer named Blockbuster Video, and he said, when are we going to get the next Jurassic Park update? And of course, that was me, and anybody that watched both those videos will know that was me. And so I thought it was pretty funny how he called me Blockbuster Video, and but just it's understandable because not everybody can say Blucher, because they would say Blocker or Blucher or something, anything that's not the correct way. But I've been dealing with that all my life, so yeah. So it's nothing new. I had a good laugh at that. So
it's a good nickname for you because it's a good nickname for you because you always talk warmly of those Fridays that your mom and dad would take you to Blockbuster growing up and give you that $10 bill and say, "Here, keep the change. Go get whatever you want."
And he has a massive collection and knowledge.
Yeah, he is a video guy.
Yeah. And so Harry and Kevin will be Redbox and Netflix.
You can call me Disney
because because Kevin still does the Redbox. I don't know anybody else besides him that does still do Redbox, and Harry he does the streaming stuff. So
I love streaming. I used to be physical copy, and now I prefer not having to have. There's just too much hassle to display them, and then you run out of room, and then they get dusty, and then if you don't play them for a while, it doesn't matter what kind of shape you take. Like I like being physical copy free. I think it's more convenient. But what sucks is when you buy something digitally and you supposedly own it forever, a format can disappear and then you don't own it anymore.
That's why I stick to physical media.
People who have a Nook. You ever heard of the Nook?
Mm-hmm.
For reading?
The audiobook?
Yeah. People who recently had Nook, they lost all their libraries because
it went down.
Yeah.
The servers.
How do you explain to somebody who was told when they were purchasing something digitally that eventually a service will come to an end and that library is gone?
That's rough.
Yeah, that's why I don't do digital. Because I know eventually it's not going to be around. It's going to go through a phase just like everything else has. That's just the reality part of it. It's cool and all, and I understand the logic behind it and the reason as to why people prefer that. But at the end of the day, after so much time has passed, it's not going to be there anymore. Then what are you going to do then? Or people are going to watch then? Who knows what kind of format they're going to have in the next 5 years? Who say, let alone the next 2 years? Next 2 to 5 years, it's going to be a whole different game changer again. Just like DVD, VHS to Laserdisc to DVD to Blu-ray and now 4K. We haven't even had Blu-ray that long. Blu-ray hasn't been around for like not even 15 years, and they already got a new format. And look how long VHS was around, and nobody thought that was going to go away. And eventually it did after 20 plus years, almost 25 years, and then Blu-ray. And then that's been, like I said, Blu-ray still relatively new if you really want to think about it. It's not even vintage status yet, and they've already, it's just the lifespan of certain things is getting shorter and shorter and shorter, and this digital stuff with the voodoo codes and all that stuff. That's only been around for a handful of years now. So, how long do you think they're going to keep on packing all that stuff together? I'm surprised they still do the Blu-ray DVD combo still, but it just goes to show you that certain things just don't always die away quickly. Like DVDs, they're still in demand. I mean, that's why they still do that, because if you really think about it, people do prefer DVDs because it's cheaper format and more affordable than an actual Blu-ray. Even though Blu-ray can be cheap, but it's just because of the fact that we have this new media, the 4K stuff, and that's what bringing everything down. And now, you see 4K become more affordable. It used to be what, that $30-$35 price range, and now it's like knocked off like
that's too
$10.
much.
Now it's like $24.
4K should be $20 the most. Blu-ray should be $15 and DVD should be $10.
Yeah.
And all three should come with digital copies.
So
we're lucky that the machine still played the DVD. Like, you don't have to, you buy the top one and it plays everything. Well, luckily.
Yeah.
Yeah, them older ones, a lot of them are having disc read problems. You're right.
Yeah.
And another thing, the more modern Blu-ray players, you have to have Wi-Fi on them so they can get firmware updates.
Mm-hmm. And that's just why you see a lot of these retro throwbacks when it comes to VHS, because a lot of people are now, VHS is back in demand. Like that old saying goes, what's old is new. So everything recycles itself. So eventually, people are going to want updated VHS players so they can play those old tapes, because there's still a lot of collectors out there and movie collectors that love their VHS tapes. Ellie, my wife, said she would like to collect VHS tapes when she can, but we just don't have the player for it yet, because I hadn't really found one that actually can hold up, for today's software and stuff like that. It's hard to
get you some nachos from Taco Bell. They come with a chance to win Xbox One X. That's the 4K player.
You know what? And speaking of that, we've bought, like, this alone, we probably had like maybe Taco Bell Grande Nacho Box like maybe 5 times already within the past week and a half.
Delicious.
Yeah, it's cheap.
I did the steak recently.
I didn't know about the steak until you mentioned it. I've done the chicken and the beef.
It's only an 80 cents upcharge for steak.
Okay.
That's not bad.
And it's real carne asada.
Yep.
That's my favorite thing at Taco Bell right now.
What else is food wise? You did a little video about the little coffee espresso thingy.
Yeah, it's called Fordo. You can buy it at gas stations.
I've had one before. They work.
Yeah, it helps for like up to 5 hours.
It's not bad taste. Did you get the one that had Hershey's in it?
No, I saw that, but mine was organic. It was low carb.
I did the Hershey one.
Gotta have that chocolate.
Chocolate. Well, let me ask you guys about today is Game 4 of the World Series. Astros are down. They won last night, thankfully. It was 4-1. All the games have been very low scoring, like everyone anticipated. But so they're in D.C. tonight for Game 4, and the Nationals already have 2 under their belt. They're 2 wins away from becoming World Series champions. What does Altuve and the boys got to do to turn this around?
Well, you got to understand the Nationals, man. That's a surprise team right there. Who would ever thought that they would be a force to be reckoned with? I mean, if you looked at their season that they had, man, it's just like, whoa. They blew everybody's socks off with the season that they had.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not a standout season like some other dynasties that had, but it's pretty up there. But as far as what Houston has to do, I don't know, man. I think they met their match, so we'll see. I didn't even realize the World Series was 4 games in until now.
Yeah.
I mean,
I watched last night. I was working, so I was in and out of hospitals. And every hospital I went to,
You saw it on the TVs?
they had it playing. Yeah, the doctors were watching.
Yeah.
And when they had a chance, so I was in patients' rooms watching. I saw it 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, they're making a little comeback. They got one." And then they won finally. So I'm glad they did that. So maybe momentum can carry them through and tie it up.
Yeah.
And maybe just that tying it up will give them enough motivation to push a little
Pitching.
harder.
Let's talk about pitching. Pitching has really changed the game of baseball. Like these pitchers and their speeds and the way they toss and the way the ball just mid.
There's actually some incredible skill, like
Yeah.
to it. Like you watch them doing knuckleballs and like they actually can change trajectory and tempo of these pitches just with all these different styles that they're coming up with.
Yeah.
You want to know what's funny about the Astros for me? Is I'm a South Texan. I get around a lot. I'm in stores daily. And I have never seen Astro shirts and jerseys as much as I have this week. A bunch of dang bandwagons.
Right.
Everybody. I see little babies with Astro shirts. I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, well, that's something to be proud of.
Everybody's proud.
That manager has done a phenomenal job the little time he's been there.
Marketing and getting them up there, yeah.
And plus, you got to understand, the Astros went from being a National League team to American League. That was a hard conversion. It did not go smoothly when they did that switch.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it is with the Rangers up here in the DFW area. I mean, there's Ranger gear all over the place, and they have their moments and stuff, but they're fixing to get another stadium or try to get another. I don't know the exact update on that situation, but I know that they're looking to build another stadium right next to the one that they currently play in, because that's actually getting up there in age as well. Because I remember when that stadium was built, I was like not even a teenager. I think it was like 92, 93 when it was built. And I remember going to games to the original stadium way back then, and then going to a big switch to the stadium that they're currently now. And that's an old building. So I don't know if they're gonna, once they do get another one, I don't know if they're going to tear that one down for parking lot or what. Or I can't really elaborate on what their plans are, but I do know that they want all the teams. I've heard that they want to get all the teams in Arlington now, since they got the Cowboys there, they got the Rangers there. Now they want to try to see if they can. They want to make a big old sports entertainment complex in Arlington to where they have all the Mavericks and the Stars as well. But
awesome.
But they already got American Airlines, so I mean, if they do that, what's going to be with that? I mean, they already got rid of Reunion Arena back in the days, and now they got American Airlines Arena. So that's not even old enough for them to really even think about that kind of move just yet, you know. But I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. But I doubt it. But it wouldn't surprise me if they do try to relocate everybody to Arlington.
Pro wrestling, are we? Anybody watch any wrestling?
Honestly, I hadn't either. I haven't got caught up on my episodes yet. I guess you could say highlights.
So we don't have any idea of what's going on with AEW.
I haven't got to this week.
I do know that they're still steadily on a decline when it comes to ratings. I'm pretty sure they still beat out NXT, but I know that they're still on a decline. And the show that NXT put out was actually better than what AEW did, because they had to do that shock value with the Finn Balor turn, you know. Now, what are your thoughts on Finn Balor going on heel?
Is he a heel?
Mm-hmm. He turned on Gargano, you know, because I think at the end of the show it was the those four guys. What's their group's name?
I know you're talking about Error.
Yeah, Undisputed Era. Yeah, they closed out the show with them, and with Tommaso Ciampa or Champa. He returned. So it looked like DYI was going to join forces, and then Finn Balor came out to try to even the odds, and then wham, he did the Pele kick on Gargano, and while Undisputed Era did their thing. So that was supposed to be that shock value for that show on that end. So what are y'all's thoughts on Finn becoming a full-time heel now? But I mean, my opinion, I think that's a good career move because it will help him out because he's been a babyface for so many years. It will probably give his career a boost and everything, and hopefully they can finally do something. Because NXT is best known to utilize every character that they have to their ability when it comes to storytelling. Unlike if you go to the main roster on SmackDown and Raw, you get lost in the shuffle and you don't get seen on TV for months or weeks or days or whatever. And then when they bring you back, it's just like, oh, where's he been? So.
What about you, Kev? You think this is a good move for Finn? Because let's face it, his baby's face persona is boring.
It's getting old. It's all dried out. Yeah, he doesn't get used much. I mean, I don't see the demon no more. That was the most exciting part about him.
Never see it.
So just him and his tights, and that's it. We haven't got nothing else out of him anymore. So this is a good. It might, like David said, it'll reboost his career.
He was such a badass in New Japan during the height of Bullet Club.
Yeah,
one of the beginning members of Bullet Club, and he was and that was before makeup came into play. I mean,
so he was Prince Deviant.
Devitt, yeah.
Devitt,
yeah, whatever. He did say recently, what can I say? The Prince is back.
Yeah, was that AJ Styles?
Television.
Was that AJ that said that on Twitter or something?
Right.
But hopefully, eventually, a storyline with that can lead into him joining the OC sometime down the line. So, see how that.
I know that there was a comment made this week about Seth Rollins, Omega, saying that Omega can challenge him one day when he's in the major leagues. Right now, he's in the minor leagues, and Jim Ross took it very personally that Seth Rollins said that.
You know what he said? He said, hopefully one day he can be as over as his girlfriend.
He did say that, yeah. Maybe this young man will be as over as Becky Lynch. My God, the power.
Oh, boy. That was pretty funny.
We didn't really talk about it last week, but Eric Bischoff is no longer part of the WWE again. He's done. He's no longer in charge of SmackDown. Bruce Pritchard is in now to take over.
Yes.
Brother Love. So, any thoughts on that? On Bischoff's exit? I think it was mutual. No hard feelings.
Kevin?
It was a steady decline. I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing to mix it up every now and then. He'll end up there again one day, if not. But it's good for a change. They were hurting. They're grasping at straws to try to renew, the love for WWE in general. So they're just trying all these changes out to see what's going to work.
Well, I did watch most of it. I watched it this morning, last night's SmackDown, and it seems to be that the crown jewel is still the focus of WWE right now. They're really putting a lot of hype behind that Tyson Fury guy and Braun Strowman. Tyson Fury is a current world heavyweight boxing champion, undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
He smacked him, right?
Huh?
He smacked him, didn't he, on the side?
Yeah, well, something else happened last night. They were pushing each other, throwing each other. Strowman was thrown out. The refs tried to separate them. Wrestlers had to separate them. So there was more physicality. There was this line where the boxer comes up to him and says, he's like, I'm the world heavyweight champion of the world, something like that. And he's like, what are you? Like Strowman's face, like it was a jab at him never having the belt.
They've been doing this since the beginning of wrestling. It's just they try to bring in celebrity type.
An outside attraction.
Yeah, trying to get
Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson.
They had
Muhammad Ali.
Slipknot One of
Yeah,
the
even though
guys.
Muhammad Ali is the ref, and he ended up punching what's his name, the one that Ronda Rousey admires so much.
Rowdy Piper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. T. Remember
Yeah.
Mr. T was Hogan? Oh, so what are your thoughts on this whole Team Hogan versus Team Flair?
I
I
don't
think
even know.
it's kind of a fun storyline because it's a way for these two fossils of their era to to come in the ring and talk smack to each other, but these other dudes are doing the actual wrestling.
You
That's
know
what UFC
why?
has always done. Put the
You
teams
know
together.
why that? You know why that Ric Flair is back on TV, right? You know why, don't you?
They settled on the man.
Because he wanted to sue because he owes back taxes, so they didn't want to ruin that relationship. So instead of doing the trademark thing, giving him the trademark, they decided, well, let's stick them with Saudi Arabia. They pay pretty good money, so they pretty much but his
Yeah.
payoff is going to be enough for him to pay his back taxes and stuff. So
And get out of that little spot that he's in.
that's why he's back on TV on supposedly good terms with the company. They don't want to have that bitterness, like they had in the past with other people. So, but I did hear that a lot of unhappy campers in the WWE are bitter towards your boy Jake Hager because of how AEW is handling his situation and how they brought him in with no mention of being in the WWE and stuff. So to them, it's just like, damn, why can't we get that kind of treatment, So he's a big deal now in AEW. So, and then plus, I think he just recently had a MMA fight that just went to no contest,
I think
Something about he was throwing
illegal
knees on the
shots.
ground.
Yeah.
He was throwing some illegal shots. And
Can't do that. It's not like 20 years ago when that was allowed. That's all Mark Coleman used to do is knee people like that. Back of the stuff. Like they wouldn't be the same afterwards.
Yep.
What else? Wrestling.
Did Impact Wrestling have their Bound for Glory yet? Do you know?
No idea.
I know that Ken Shamrock was supposed to have his comeback match on that.
Oh yeah. Him and that guy Moose.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Hogan, very neat.
Toy Biz. Give me that.
Butterfly joints too.
Yeah.
That's a neat figure. So he's back in good graces of WWE. Hogan, he's making money.
He is, but they're not using him a whole lot. He gets a little cameo shot. Now get the hell out of the way.
He told Flair on SmackDown yesterday, he said, "Let me tell you something, brother. You never beat me." Like he said.
That's true. He never beat.
You never beat me, brother.
To be the best, you got to beat the best.
Oh, there's all kinds of like cryptic social media posts going on lately from Randy Orton, making it look like he's actually leaving for AEW. Do y'all believe that, or is it just rumors?
Well, it's just rumors for right now, but it wouldn't surprise me. Him and Luke Harper and the Revival and stuff. It did kind of suck that they kind of ended that short storyline that they had with Randy and the Revival. That was actually starting to build up to be something pretty good. But then when they had the draft, that didn't work out. So hopefully they can revisit that again if it's possible, which I doubt it though.
See if we can go through Dave's Corner, and then we'll go to our final topic.
There we go.
All right. So this week on Dave's Corner, look at Kevin like he a essay. So first off, we're going to go through this past week's releases on Blu-ray and 4K and DVD, as well as the upcoming week. So the big thing last week was pretty much wasn't a whole lot. It was just basically the live-action Lion King has just been recently released, and also the new animation for the Wonder Woman film has been released as well. And as as well as your regular
I
4K
heard there's
titles.
not a poor reception around that new Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't that good at all. And
That
normally
used to be
DC's
the
on.
one thing DC would get right is their animated links,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's questionable if they're worth it or not.
But other than that, that's about it for that. And so the upcoming week, the big thing for me is the Godzilla Showa era box set on Blu-ray by Criterion Video, and that's a big deal because you actually have the whole Showa era from the original Godzilla to the let's see. Let me see. Trying to think. I want to make sure I got it correctly. I didn't want to say it wrong. But it dates back all the way from the original Godzilla to Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. And there's the Terror of Mechagodzilla, should I say. And we've never actually had a legit release, with the exception of for Son of Godzilla and the 1974 release of Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. And everybody's been wanting a re-release for that. They got it, everybody else with all the other films, but you got to understand copyrights and all that stuff and ownerships. It was hard to get everything all at one time and under one umbrella until now. So Criterion was able to make it happen to be able to release this box set for all those films for everybody to enjoy. It's a little pricey, but it's worth it. So if you do have the money, you will probably be spending about $165 for that whole box set. So, but other than that, besides that major release, I would love to have that, but that's just a little too much for me. So, other than that, as far as actual main releases, there isn't a whole lot of anything really. So I know that they have re-released a lot of old stuff on 4K, like It's a Wonderful Life, The Wizard of Oz, the original. And I know that Scream Factory is releasing The Blob on their line as well. And then Arrow Video has a re-release of American Werewolf in London. And also other stuff worth noting as far as physical media goes. That's pretty much it as far as that goes. So with that being said, the next thing up we're going to take a look at is we're going to see what's playing in the theater this weekend, if there's anything new that's been released. So let's pull that up real quick. So basically nothing new has been released this weekend. This is basically what's been playing the past couple of weeks. So that's Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, Joker, Zombieland Double Tap, The Addams Family, Countdown. That's a new horror movie, I think, Countdown. Put that little Countdown app, and then people who get that app, it's set up to where you have so many days to live. And it's supposed to start off as a joke, but actually, that's a real thing. So if it says that you have 48 hours to go, that means that's how much longer you got left to live until somebody comes and kills you. So it looks pretty interesting. I might check that out. Gemini Man, I did see that last weekend.
Oh yeah, you went to that.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed that movie. It. Yeah, I know a lot of people. I know it bombed in the box office, but I personally really enjoyed it. The action was real hard hitting, and they did a good job with what they that what they had. And Ang Lee, he's the one that directed it. And Ang Lee is the one that directed the first Hulk movie that came out back in 2003.
Ang Lee is an action movie icon director.
So,
Did he do Mission Impossible 2?
Yeah, I think it was
like
3.
the 2 crotch rockets like running into each other scene.
It was either 2 or 3. It was one of those. Yeah. And also Black and Blue is playing. I think that's a new cop movie, I think.
Black and Blue.
Mm-hmm. And then Abominable, that animated movie, Abominable, but the Abominable Snowman, Downton Abbey, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I'm waiting for that to hit the $2 theater because I really want to see that one. And then another horror fantasy movie with the new Batman, Robert Pattinson and William Dafoe, The Lighthouse. And Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I heard mixed reviews on that one. So that's pretty much it. That's out.
Wait a minute. That Lighthouse movie, that's got Robert Pattinson in it?
Yeah, him and William Dafoe.
Is that the one where there's like crazy like mermaids?
It's like in the black and white. It's filmed like black and white.
Oh, I think Sam and I seen a trailer for a movie where there was like crazy psychotic mermaids trying to kill a guy in the lighthouse.
It sounds like Siren.
It looked awesome.
Sirens, that one's good.
It looked violent.
So that's pretty much what's showing now. And then here at the $2 theater, The Lion King, Toy Story 4, Angel Has Fallen, Dora and the Lost City of Gold, Good Boys, Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. And then we're going to be seeing later on today A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original film. So we're excited about that. That's going to be part of our 31 Days of Horror right there.
I watched it yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
And they're also playing The Corpse Bride as well.
That's one of my wife's favorites. I think all of our wives love that movie.
Yeah. They're all into that. What's his
Tim
name?
Burton, the Burton version.
Tim Burton style. Yeah.
Yeah. And Frankenweenie too. He did Frankenweenie, didn't he?
Oh, I love Frankenweenie. Now that one I love. As a dog owner,
yeah,
I really love that movie. You know, Burton had a dog growing up as a boy. It's loosely based on himself. So.
Yeah. So, but that's what's out there in the $2 theater and the regular theater. So let's go ahead and finish this out with Dave's Corner with the 31 Days of Horror. So Harry, did you pick up any
You start with me, of course. I only watched that Possession movie that was really, really scary. Possession of Heather Grace. Something Grace. It's about this chick who takes a job in a morgue processing bodies to get ready for the coroner when he comes in the next day. And they bring her a corpse of a girl that there was an exorcism that goes wrong.
That was a good one, yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
Was that the one where she was a cop?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she had to get out of the line of work because of a call?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
You've seen that one, dude?
Yeah. And that body still has the demon possessed.
Yeah, like they kept changing positions as it was legs.
Yeah.
And
she started healing with those nasty gouges.
And the little fly.
That was a good movie. Yeah,
dude,
that was a good movie.
Terrifying.
I think I might have seen that one. That sounds familiar.
It's pretty recent, you know. It's not from the 70s, Dave. I don't know if you might have seen it.
It's a good movie.
What about you, Kevin?
Man, so many. I watched so many movies. I watched Nightmare on Elm Street. That one's, I want to say it was free on Hulu. I watched one. It looked like a B movie. It was called Wolves. It was about werewolves and stuff, but it had Jason Momoa in it. He was like the main villain. It was a good one.
He was a villain in it?
He was the villain werewolf. Yeah, it was good. I watched Critters.
You love that.
I watched Critters. I watched Critters Attacks. I watched Crawl. I love Crawl.
Crawl was good, huh?
I rented it for 48 hours on it.
Dave's been telling us about Crawl now.
Yep.
What else did I watch?
He loves his creature features.
I liked that one. It was good. So I went back and watched Lake Placid 1. I liked that one always.
Has that movie aged well all these years later?
And I watched one that I'll tell y'all to check out. Dave might have already seen it, but it's called Mega Snake. And it's about this certain breed of snake. They have to keep it locked in a jar because this thing will grow infinitely. If it gets out, it starts feeding on people. And
If you get out the jar.
So this thing was like, it became massive. It would swallow people whole. It was called Mega Snake. It wasn't bad.
Mega Snake.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was not bad. It's good when someone starts off like.
I watched Little Shop of Horrors.
You love that movie. Tell us about your Funko find on that. Audrey.
Yeah, I got the female love interest in it. Audrey, the one they named the plant.
A non-plant Audrey.
Yeah, the non-plant Audrey, the female, the love interest. I got it it was on sale 2 for $10 at a GameStop, so I picked it up because where are you gonna find a Little Shop of Horror figures anywhere?
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the cool things about Funko Pops, I guess, is they make stuff that other companies don't make figures of. So it makes sense that why people would want to pick those up. But it wouldn't make no sense if you have like a Funko Pop of Star Wars, 3-inch quarters, 5 POA, and then 6 inch. Like, really, you need one of each. I mean, but. Yeah, so, but yeah, I mean, that's what I always try to do is if I see a pop that I know that's not going to be a figure anytime soon that's going to be made, that if something I like I know for a fact that if I find them, I do want the Godfather pops. There's like 3 of them, I think. And so I wouldn't mind getting those one day if I ever see them or if I order them off of eBay or whatever. But anyways, the movies that I saw here recently, like the last movie I watched was Lord of Illusions. It's a Clive Barker film, and so it was pretty legit. I've never seen it before, so it was a first time watch for me. So I thought it was really good. And then we watched Sleepwalkers, and that's a Stephen King film right there. And also, let's see. What else did we watch? Rest Stop. That's the first time watch for me right there. I hadn't seen any of those. And then the new one that we'll watch today will be The Nightmare on Elm Street at the $2 movie. So looking forward to that. And then I guess next episode we'll wrap up the 31 Days of Horror and talk about what the last couple of days that we watched then. So I guess that's it for Dave's Corner.
One good thing about the Elm Street, one good thing is a very young Johnny Depp.
Yeah. Yep.
People forget that he's in that one.
Yeah. A lot of times when it comes to these more famous, well-known actors, they started off in a horror movie at least.
Yeah, Jennifer Aniston in The Leprechaun.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's how it always starts off. You either start off as an extra or in a horror film. They'll stick you in and they'll tell you, well, you got to die in this movie. So, and then after that, it's up to you if you want to take off or not.
Have any of you seen Joker yet?
No, not yet.
We do know that Tucker Art didn't like it.
Yeah, he said it wasn't the Joker that he knew. So
it just became the highest grossing R-rated movie in history.
Didn't it pass Deadpool?
It passed Deadpool 2's record, yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. The thing that, from what I've told, well, not what I've been told, but from the little bits and pieces that I've heard, that some of my friends have seen it already, and they told me, without any spoilers or anything, but they said that was a hard movie to swallow because of the fact that it deals with everyday life, like people that deal with that kind of stuff on a regular basis,
Mental
and what
health.
it can do to somebody, if being pushed too far, And that's one of the cool things about doing movies like that. You can take a fantasy character or a fiction character and make it into a real life movie, like with incorporate what you read in the comics, and you can add some realism to it, and that's what makes it fun, in my opinion, whether it follows the comics or not. And I think that's what they was going for. They wanted to put a movie out there that people can relate to on an everyday basis.
That's right.
Well, anyway, Star Wars.
Sperm whale ain't got shit on me though.
Say hello to my little whale.
Come on, Leonard or Lanard, make us a sperm whale toy that can eat and swallow people.
Sperm whale Funko Pop.
So, Dave, Blockbuster Video, Kevin and I filmed our reaction to the final trailer of The Rise of Skywalker.
Saw that.
Yet?
So, yes, I've seen all of them.
Get our third bananas opinion on what's going on with it. Are you impressed? Are you holding your reservations, or are you excited? Or
Holding my reservations due to the simple fact of how The Last Jedi left a bitter taste in my mouth.
a lot of fans.
I like the toys more than I did the actual movie, so I'll just put that out there. The toys are better than the movie.
It has caused a lot of damage to the overall brand, more than I could ever have thought. Like, it makes Attack of the Clones look like a good movie. I mean,
yeah, and that was a pretty bad movie. I ain't gonna lie.
The one with the famous scene where Hayden Christian is doing the night. He's having a nightmare. He's like, "No, mom, no, mom, no, no," like literally like that. And that passed the cutting room floor. Like that movie has more love than what Last Jedi has done to this saga.
And the whole thing with
the positive things from this final trailer. What's positive about it? What gives you hope?
I do like the fact that it showed that Rey and Kylo will have their final showdown, and I think that's going to be the climax of the to close out the trailer, in my opinion.
I think and,
yeah. And I think that's pretty. I think that's pretty cool.
They're gonna run to each other, and the waves are gonna splash, and they're gonna disrobe, and they're gonna do the dirty Jedi.
It'd be interesting to see how what Palpatine has, what kind of part he plays in. I know that when they heard his laugh in the first teaser, I think that threw everybody off guard. They'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Everyone seems to be getting emotional at the scene with C-3PO where they're doing alterations to his head and stuff, and he's like, "I'm looking at my friends," and like people's like, "Oh,
it's the last time I was seeing friends."
My friends.
And they're like, "Shut up."
I was like,
"Fuck you, CP."
Friends, please.
Friends.
Don't wipe my memory.
My friends. You see that little chipmunk thing that's like working on him? With the
We're gonna get a toy of that.
All that, like the Porgs. Did you ever see the Black Series Porg that came out in 2-packs?
I have that.
You have one of those?
Yeah, it's got like 2 of the little bitty porgs in that box.
Those should have been accessories with Chewbacca. Like, how could they box that and sell that individually?
I got it free, but they gave me one. But I wonder how much they were. They couldn't have been that much.
Like Island Luke, the Island Luke that I have with the diorama piece, that should have came with those.
It should have. They should have got them like remember the game, the Jax game?
Mm-hmm.
They should have just threw that shit in everything. Everybody gets a porg. You get a porg. You get a porg.
Yeah, we should have got a roasted porg, the one that Chewie was getting ready.
That would have been amazing.
I want a roasted porg. I'm a little sad that's not a meal choice when you go to the Galaxy's Edge in Disney World. You can't get a
porg. They should have a huge udder of nipple sticking out for milk and then a porg.
It better not be chicken. I want porg.
Yeah.
It's going to be porg.
Yeah, I got a pack of those porgs too, and I think Kevin knows what I'm talking about because our good old buddy used to send everybody those. We won't mention his name, but
that's the way I got him from.
More beef.
And speaking of chicken, the chicken is in the word.
But that's like the only Black Series I have is the little porg pack. Still got it. Still proudly displayed.
So, are we anticipating Luke Skywalker's appearance in this film as a Force ghost?
I think so.
I think so. I think everybody is.
They're
You
killing
always got to
this
have
off.
something to look forward to.
Yeah. This is the end of this saga, so I think they're going to pull it all out here.
Yeah.
My biggest excitement is that we get OG Calrissium,
Mm-hmm.
and
Lando.
we're going to have enough content for Leia to come back a little longer. So, but just seeing Lando, the Millennium Falcon, and them running, and then like you were saying in the review, we had like some really good looking space fight scenes.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be good.
Behind the Falcon, like the final charge.
Right.
There's like a scene where there's a bunch of this is legit Empire Star Destroyers coming out of the water.
That's
They're
awesome.
not First Order ships. These are from the Empire days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it should be fun. Hopefully, it makes up for the final draw because Ryan Johnson, he completely, when he did the Last Jedi, he completely unraveled everything where Force Awakens left off as, and that's why it didn't
He
get
did
a
a
good
fine job of hurting the saga far more than he could.
Yeah, he was direct the last film as well, but I guess once they saw the reaction and reception of the Last Jedi, he's like, nope, we're gonna go back to Abrams. We need him back. So
it had a lot of longtime fans question why do they still care about Star Wars.
Yeah, and then they did the prequels in between. We got Rogue One, which was probably one of the better films that we've gotten in a long time.
So good.
And then Solo. I know Solo has its ups and downs, but I personally, I know you do think this too as well, Harry. Is that it's one of our favorite ones because
love Solo.
It
Give me another
like
one. Use that cat. Use that young guy that's Chewbacca now. Use the young.
What's his name?
You can't.
Alden Ehrenreich.
I want to know what happens to Kira now that she's under Darth Maul. There's more story to be told.
Right. You could put a little story right in there and fill in that space.
I always wanted to know, what did Han Solo do to Jabba to make Jabba want him dead so bad?
He owed him money.
That in movie film, Obviously, they were heading to Tatooine to work for the gangster Jabba. I want to.
He tells the story that he owes them money and that someone was after him, so I guess he lost the payload.
Right.
But yeah, that would be an awesome
play out on screen. Make a whole movie about it.
That would be a perfect movie. Yeah.
Do it. We want it.
And Leonard can get the rights to Star Wars. We can actually get 3 and 3 5 POA. POS figures, Come on, Leonard. Pick up the Star Wars license.
We need Leonard to get into the Star Wars, Disney, make it all. I mean,
they say we got 3 and 3/4 inch guys.
They're like, this is Vader, but if you turn him around, it's Palpatine also. Can't really tell. He's got 2-point articulation.
They're gonna reuse the rock mold for everybody.
Oh yeah, you have to. Kevin, we still got to do our little massive hippo review too.
We need to do massive hippo. I got them around here.
And you got to do the Brachiosaurus. The whole world is waiting for the Brachiosaurus collab.
That's true.
That's true. We'll probably have to do that tomorrow since.
Tomorrow we can do both if you want our Brack.
Yeah, we can do both tomorrow. It's no big deal.
Anybody got some last? You want to shout anybody out? Say anything? Plug something?
I just give a shout out to our regulars as usual. We always get
Brad Campbell.
Jeff. We get the chicken fingers, hot Cheeto fingers,
chicken fried steak. You mean?
Hudson, Brad, and everybody a shout out. Everybody gets a shout out.
Even Talk Art gets a shout out.
Talk Art gets a shout out.
Blockbuster Video. Wow, what?
And Redbox.
Blockbuster Video. It's a podcast.
That's it, guys. That's a wrap. We did good. We did an hour on 2.5 topics. We did over an hour.
Yeah, we did. We had very little planning. We did good.
It's like a spur of the moment type deal. What do we got?
Sperm whale.
I had to get this morning an hour later. I thought
Sperm
that was
whale
late.
style.
And I got a first order stormtrooper.
I like that one, dude. I want one.
I did pick up.
B3.
I forgot to grab them, but they're over there in the corner. But I did pick up 2 of those Scooby figures.
Yeah, you sure did.
The 2 girls, Daphne
Velma,
and
Daphne.
Velma.
Vilma. And the reason why I grabbed them first because I can't find those girls anywhere. It's so clogged with all the Scoobies and Shaggies, and then the time machine. You never see the 2 girls. So I only have seen them once, and I knew I should have grabbed them then, but I didn't, and so I just didn't think I was going to ever see them again until one day.
You're running out of time to do your Halloween diorama with them.
Yeah,
Killers.
and I found them, and I had to stash them on layaway, and then I found it. I didn't think I was going to find them again, so I just happened to go back to that particular Walmart and I grabbed them. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and that's how I'm going to start my collection off of those. You know, because I knew I wanted them. I didn't want to miss out on the women because they're in the central part of the team, even though they're dumb as shit when it comes to the cartoons and what they do. They're pretty much useless. If you really think about it.
My favorite
Well, I'm talking about
two
Daphne.
girls, I think, in my opinion only, of course, I
She
think they
was
have
very
the
good
best.
for the eye appeal.
They have the
Yeah,
best
I was
villains in all the sets. I think they have the
They did.
best villains.
So and I was just going to plan on skipping that line because just if I can't find the girls, why would I want them? You know, it'd be incomplete. So that's why I went ahead and grabbed those 2 first because I know for a fact eventually the rest of them, since they're clogging the pegs, they'll go on clearance here by the end of the year. This time in January, you know, next year they'll go through their Walmart, the yearly beginning of the year sales. You know.
Whoa. Oh,
Some knockoff Rambos.
did you ever figure
Knockoff
out where
Rambo.
Schwarzenegger figure was from?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it was Action Hero. My last
That
Action Hero.
Hero alternative outfit.
Yeah. Post show.
Well, that's cool. Oh, show off that EverQuest thing. Is it up there with you or in the car?
Where is that?
Probably in the car.
He's got toys everywhere. Toys at work, toys in the car, toys in the garage,
You know,
toy room.
I think it's around here somewhere.
He found an awesome EverQuest troll or giant in the packaging.
Yeah, I saw that.
Very
Yeah,
detailed
cool
figure.
looking. He's big.
From,
I like that
produced-
he's a big character.
It was made by Toy Vault,
It
and I
looks
have
like a great toy.
I have a majority of their figures, and I need to find more.
I'll tell you the ones that I'm after is my most wanted figure now that I have Hulk is that Black Series Luke, the Jedi Luke with the soft goods. That's my new
Return of the Jedi Luke.
priority. It's in Canada, it's in Europe, it's not hit the US yet. It's supposed to be Walmart exclusive, which
He's
is
got the black gear.
yeah, he's in the all black outfit, but he has the brown cloak, soft.
Yeah. Return of the Jedi style.
Yeah, Return Jedi, the look that he had when he went to Jabba's palace. That's my favorite look for Luke. The kids.
Yeah.
You found that at Walgreens?
Yeah, this was a Walgreens.
Dude, let me know if you find another one. Hit me up. Call me.
All right.
If you see another one in a while, that goes for you too. I need that for my wife. She's missing that. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. We're right at the hour and 10 minutes mark, so let's kill this. Thank you guys for watching. Like the video. Comment below what you thought. Give us something to chew on. If you have something you want us to discuss, we're open to that. We appreciate it. Catch you next week. We'll do episode 9. And pew, pew, pew. And thank you.
P.
Blockbuster Video, Kevin the Tattoo Toy Hunter, and Sandman.
And Lannard, brought to you in part by Lannard.
Lannard, yeah, hook it up, man. Hit us up.
See some Lannard next time.
Oh yeah.
Leonard.
Leonard.
Leonards. Until next time, true believers.